Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Tony, and I know it's been a while since I recorded anything, but it's been a tough couple of weeks. The having to still do treatments and the pandemic, you know, coming back again. I'm not going to say it's coming back again. It never left, but they've increased the restrictions again. It's tough. It's very depressing. It's tough. It's tough emotionally. And a lot of it, I know I've said this before, it's the going back to what it was like when I did chemo. I'm back to wearing the mask, just like all of you, wearing the mask, doing all the other stuff, social distancing, going to the grocery store or not going to the grocery store. And then it's a tough time. And I was also, I don't know if I ever told y'all, I decided to go back to school. When you get the phone call that your life is changing, you might as well change your life, right? But decided to go back to school to get a master's degree in math. And so I did my first class. It was, it was a good class. It's just tough to get back into that mindset again when you haven't done a college class in, I'm going to say 15, trying to think. I think I graduated, got my first master's in like 2004, maybe 2005. I'm not really sure. I'd have to go look at the wall. And now it's 2020 and things have changed. Back when I got back in the 90s when I got my bachelor's degree, it was math and you just had to write everything down and you wrote your papers and then typed them up on, the computers that were just now coming in, and some people were still typing them on a typewriter. And when I got my master's degree in education, we did our research on the internet, and we still had books or whatever, but now it's like just about my whole master's degree will be on the internet. It's all online, which is one of the reasons why, I looked at doing it. And I will say, I also looked at a university that's closer to home, which also had online and in person. And, and I won't lie, worried because, doing math online is tough, because you can't go, oops, hold on a second, let me ask a question. So I'm still a little worried about that, but I know I'll be fine. But the big worry is, I've said worry a whole lot, sorry. I got my bachelor's degree in math in like 1995. So my math skills are a little rusty. And one of the classes I'm taking in the fall, I have to remember Cal 3. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I remember Cal 3. So then, do I, audit Cal 3, or do I get online and see if I can find a syllabus and work my way through it? I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And I actually might go upstairs at the office and look and see if I still have my Cal 3 stuff. If I do, then that's great. I'll just work off of that. But anyway, that's kind of the crazy stuff that's going on. In the midst of all of that, I have glasses. I knew that this might happen, but I've gotten to where like I was getting really hard to see, and I did have them on, but you see they're completely dirty, but you can see my light, so I took them off, and I can see. It's just right now the bad thing with the glasses is I can see close up and I can see far away. Can't see my computer screen, so I think I'm gonna have to go back and get an additional pair of glasses to work while I'm working on my computer. And I do have a pair of cheaters that I gotten, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, that I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just, but anyway, when I had gone in September, right after I was like the week I was diagnosed, and I had gone in and told the optometrist, that I was having problems with my vision when I was teaching, like looking down at my paper and then writing on the white erase board or, whatever. And so I'd gotten some glasses for that. And I asked, but before I bought them, I'm like, hey, is my vision going to change with chemo? Because if it is, then I don't want to invest money in this. And he's like, if it does change, it usually within a couple months, it goes back to normal. I'm like, okay, well, then that's fine. Then I'll go ahead and get these glasses. That's not how it worked for me. So About a month ago, Joe and I went in and got our eyes checked. That dude, 10 years since his last eye appointment, and his vision hasn't changed. Mine, on the other hand, changed about 1.5 in each eye, which is pretty considerable. And I asked him, I said, do you think it's because of the chemo? And he's like, no. And so we're all sitting there talking. We're all in the same room. And he'd asked about how my treatments were. And Joe's like, after the first one where, it tried to kill her or whatever. And so we're asking about that, and he thinks that's what happened to my vision. When I lost my sight and then I was seeing the stars for so long, he's like, that could have been what made the big change in my vision. Cancer. For me, it just keeps on giving. So, it is what it is. So now I'm in glasses. And what's really bad, this is totally like random. This is totally Tony, but 4 years ago, I had LASIK. And I had LASIK gone wrong because it was about 18 months when I had to go and get prescription cheaters. And then it was about a year later when I went in September to get the other glasses. And then now, I cannot not wear glasses. That's how bad my sight is now. So I'm like, so anyway, just kind of filling y'all in on what's been going on. It's like I said, that it's very, and I know all of this is part of the cancer, the depression and having to put on meds for that. And then I ended up with neuropathy, which is not the typical neuropathy. Like, I still have feelings in my fingers and my toes and my feet. Mine are constantly throbbing. So I had to deal with the neuropathy. And then I had my appointment, I'm going to say 3 weeks ago, when I got my shot with the oncologist to get on the hormone blockers and then some other medicines. And then I had an appointment with an endocrinologist because then my thyroid was off because and it's like it snowballs. But it is what it is, and we just make do and we just move on. So that's about all I have today. I hope to see y'all again. Bye.